7 things they never tell you before you retire. When you go into retirement, you have no idea what to expect. None. Well, they will tell you some stuff. Hey, it's going to be an adjustment. Okay, what does that mean? Hey, you're going to feel different. Okay, so what does that mean? Tell us what it means, man. Hey, leave me some comments, guys. What did you find out when you retired that was something you had no idea was going to happen? I've got 7 things for you right here that they never tell you before you retire. I'm here above Cal State LA, as you can probably see below me, student housing. Beautiful day, thought I'd shoot a video. So here's number 1. Whatever you have saved will be enough. Yeah, people make it work, guys. Did you know that only 3% of all people that retire have $1 million? 3%. Most people retire with a lot less than that. Let me tell you. People make it work. The vast majority of people that retire, let's say, 98% or so, they make it work. Yes, there are those sad cases where it doesn't work. But you know what I did? I found out when I retired, hey, I got to cut back in some areas. I had a car payment still on a luxury car, BMW, SUV, beautiful, loved it. I still had 3 years of car payments left. I said, you know what? Probably be easier for me if I cut out that car payment. So I got something much cheaper for cash, no more car payment. There were a lot of other things I just cut out. I made it work. Because I knew once I got to retirement, I saw what I had, I saw what my expenses were. You know what? To make it more comfortable, you're going to have to cut back on your expenses. People make it work no matter what they have, guys. They just do. You'll do the same. You make it work to what you have. Number 2, you'll find yourself having conversations with people you never would have before. Ever. I find that a lot. Why? Well, big reason is that you're in a different area for a lot of people. Another reason is that you don't have that stress. You know, that constant stress you had when you were working. Maybe the last thing in the world is you wanted to talk to people, or the ones you did were your normal friends. Now you have so much time in retirement. Hey, it opens yourself up. And also, if you move to a different area like I did, you're going to be surrounded by different people. Maybe people that don't have the same beliefs that you do. Political, religious, whatever it is. You know what, guys? In retirement, it doesn't matter. You, at least in my experience, and all 7 of these are my experience. Your mileage may vary. In my experience, I find myself talking to people I never would have before. You know? And in a lot of those cases, we have good conversations. Some, not so much, okay? But I find myself talking to people that I never would have talked to before when I was working. The area I was living in. My narrow scope of who I thought were people I could talk to. Man, you retire, that all opens up. The world, dare I say again, as I did in a similar video, is your oyster. Even if you don't like oysters like me, you open up. I'm talking to all kinds of people now I never would have before. Look forward to that. I'm sure it'll happen to you. Number 3, you see the world from a totally different perspective than when you were working. Totally different. You have time to see the world. I'm looking around because I'm parked illegally right now, so I'm just trying to shoot and get this video in, and also the lights going down. You're at a different place in life. Total different perspective. You know, now you're not working. Now you have all the time in the world to just think about things you might have never thought about before when you were working. You see things in a different perspective because you have time to analyze things more. You know? When I was working, I didn't really think about retired people that much. I really didn't. And I think a lot of you probably the same thing, right? You just don't. It's just not in your experience, what you've done before. Now that I'm retired, I look at retired people totally different. They're my peers. Because of that, I treat them differently. I get treated differently. I look at the world differently because I'm in a totally different point in my life. So my perspective has totally changed on things since I retired. That'll probably happen to you. And what do we got here? Can you hear that? Leaves are suddenly blowing my way. Is it a tornado? Number 4, you will find that your sleep is a lot easier than what it was when you were working. I was never told this, but when you think about it, hey, makes sense, right? Less stress, a lot less stuff that you have to worry about now. You know, sleep becomes much more easy. I was never told this, but I am so glad that that has happened. You know, I mean, a big thing for me was that knowing that I didn't have to get up to go to work at a certain time now, man, I can go to bed at 3 a.m. Doesn't matter. I don't have to be at work. So because of that pressure, the lack of pressure now, not having to be at your best to be at work and do a good job, makes sleeping so much easier because there's no expectations. None at all. It makes, and I had a big issue with sleep. I was self-medicating through alcohol for a lot of those last years. Not a lot, but I would have a couple drinks a night just to mellow out, just to make myself go to sleep. In retirement, I don't have to do that because that stress is not there. And as you can probably hear in the background, we've got some co-eds going by. So it's just not there. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff anymore because the stress, the expectations, it's just not there. You know, you just do what you do. If you get 3 hours sleep, great. You'll make it up. You'll make it up with a nap during the day. That's what I do. I take a nap every single day. So because of that, there's not the pressure to get 6, 7, 8 hours sleep. You sleep when you sleep. It's awesome. And I was never told that, but yeah, maybe I should have thought about that, right? Number 5, you'll find hidden talents that you never ever knew you had. Sorry if this video screen's getting a little shaky. My arm is getting tired. I'm so weak. I'm just like a little lamb in the woods. My hidden talent I never knew I had? YouTube. Had no idea going into this. I tried it out. Hey, I like it. And hopefully it's coming across well to you guys. I like it. And for those seeing me for the first time, my name is Duane, and this is a channel for people on moderate income. If you think you might like that, think about subscribing. So hidden talents. Guys, retirement is the time that you will find out a lot of stuff because of all the time you have on your hands. You'll find hidden talents you didn't know. In a recent video, I said there was an economist who all of a sudden went on to be a cattle farmer, or as someone in my comments told me, cattle rancher, dude, cattle rancher. Okay, cattle rancher. Had he any idea that would have happened when he was working? No, none whatsoever. You will find hidden talents you had no idea about when you were just working on your own. You'll find them. It'll just come to you. Or maybe it won't come to you immediately, but eventually, believe me, guys, you'll find hidden talents that you had no idea that you had. Absolutely none. And that's exciting. That's really exciting. Number 6, and I've mentioned this over and over on the channel, but it bears repeating again. You'll find the friends that you had before you retired, a lot of them will not be there for you once you're retired. Now, I'm not just talking about friends you made at work. I'm talking about your normal friends. A lot of them will not be there anymore for you since you're retired. Why? Because you want to do things when they're working. I get it. But also you're in a totally different place in your life now. They're not there. They might not feel comfortable with you being there and them not. It's just the way it is. It's just what I've experienced. A lot of my friends that I had before when I was working, they're just not there anymore. Not all of them. My good friends, I'd say 80, 90% of my good friends are still there. But the other ones, the ones that I thought were friends, I'm not just talking about the friends you made at work. I'm talking about all your friends. A lot of them might not be there. I've had conversations with some of them saying, hey, I'm retired. Oh, good for you. Never hear from them again. Why? I don't know. You tell me. I have no idea. But it's a fact, guys. It's a fact. And number 7 I have. When I was working, I had to be at work at 6 a.m. So I would get up at 5, okay? So I thought after 10 or 15 years of this that I was an early riser. Guess what? That has changed in retirement. I found out that I am not an early riser by nature. I am a night owl. Now, I'll wake up maybe, if I wake up after 9 a.m., I don't like it. It feels like I'm wasting the day. So I'll usually wake up 8, 8:30, 9 at the most. Go to bed midnight, 1. If I'm reading a really good book, it'll be like 1:30 or 2. So it might change for you like it did for me. I thought I was an early riser. Guess what? I'm not. I'm more of a night owl. Now, when I look back at it when I was in college and stuff, yeah, I was kind of a night owl then too. But again, you're studying. So it's all different. When you're in retirement, you go back to your natural state. You don't have to get up for things. You're in your natural state, how your body wants you to react. I, surprise, am a night owl. Who would have known? Who would have thunk it? So there are 7 things, guys, that I was never told before I retire. Maybe some of those will apply to you as well. Hey, bottom line though, you'll have a great time. Believe me, you'll have a great time. And as always, from the beautiful Cal State LA, we got this.